doing? We out here, chilling in the spot. What up? How y'all doing? We out here, chilling in the spot. What up? How y'all doing? We out here, chilling in the spot. What up? How y'all doing? We out here, chilling in the spot. What up?
Hey, what's going on, y'all? Brothers Breaking Bread podcast in the house. Hey!
We'll have a little pop-up. Have everybody over. It'll be good.
Yeah, let's make it happen. Let's not just talk about it.
This is a beautiful thing, man. Just all this blackness, and we all just getting together. We playing dominoes, we eating, we drinking.
And, you know, food is always just the extra, man.
They deprive these people of their basic human rights. You know, and we call ourselves Americans. We're supposed to be above all this.
They'll fake the crisis. They'll make it seem way out of proportion.
We brothers, we breaking bread.
How y'all doing? We out here, chilling in the spot. What up?
Trying to hold it all together, man. Life is moving fast right now, man. So it's good to have everybody come through.
I love that, man. I love it a lot. More than I could say to you guys. Hey, what's going on, y'all? Triple B podcast, Brothers Breaking Bread, coming with a special end of the year show review for you. I guess it's like, I want to say it's the inaugural, but it's the second, but it's really the inaugural, you know? I don't know. If you've been hanging with us, you know what I'm talking about. But this is the first award show for the Triple B podcast. So thank you for your time. We got a full house tonight. Everybody got on. Everybody has cleared their tables. Lady Lavender, 10 meters. The Brothers of Doom. Casey Stork, we all here to bring you an excellent show. How's everybody doing?
Doing good, sir.
Cool.
Cool. All right, so we got some things, some content to vote on. So if you weren't here with us last year when we were on the other podcast, our new podcast, the format is we have 7 categories, those being the Cooney, the Great Debaters, Not So Great Moments in White Privilege, You Was Mad, Bag of Dicks, the Hallmark Hall of Fame, and the most prestigious award of them all, the You Ain't Shit Award, a.k.a. the Duck Boat. Each member of the show will be presenting. We have already voted on some of the content, and there's others that we will be playing some audio for, and we'll be voting live on the show. All right. So without further delay, let's roll into it.
Let's get it.
All right. Your first category is the Coonies. And this is for the coonery that has been displayed throughout our year as the Brothers Breaking Bread podcast. And first up on the Coonies, we have Richard Sherman caping for a suspended white journalist made comments about Lamar Jackson's dark hands and dark jersey and his with the dark ball.
He was saying that
that was on episode.
You remember what he said?
Yeah.
You remember he said that that's the reason why he's so good. You can't tell where the ball at. That's what the nigga said.
That nigga stupid. Ladies and gentlemen, it was on episode 23.
Go ahead, my
The second nominee is Marcellus Wiley, who told Colin Kaepernick, that he had felt the full weight of oppression and that he needed to monetize his kneeling and his stance for, you know, the injustice of black. And that's on episode 5. Then we have our defending champion, the lovely and talented Miss Candace Owens, for her participation in the Revolt Summit. And she testified to Congress that white nationalism and white supremacy is not a problem in America. That's also on episodes 10 and 11. And we have our dishonorable mention, Silk and Shine, a.k.a. Diamond and Silk. And our winners
10 meters.
are.
I'm gonna let you finish. But I gotta say that coons in my house should have won this. They were the best coons of all time.
The nursery of coons, nigga.
The
nursery of coons.
I feel you. That should have been in. That should have been in coach. Yep.
That's definitely an oversight by the committee.
My bad. I failed. I didn't know we was nominating animals and wildlife. My bad.
Coons.
Actual coons should have won, nigga.
Genuine.
Also,
They got coon in their DNA.
Right.
a late entry to the category was your honor, Miss Tammy Kemp, the judge from the Botham trial.
Botham Jane.
And your winners are.
Whoa! Hold on.
Oh, don't debate.
Yeah, we're gonna run through it. So, what does anybody got to say about it?
I personally feel like this is a no-brainer. Kemp, coon ass.
You breaking up?
Convicted murderer of a man that was minding his own damn business in his house to give his killer a hug and a Bible in front of the whole goddamn world. After she had already allowed the family to hug on her. She allowed her bailiff to come up and rub her on the head and make sure she was all right. The murderer, not the family, not the victims of this senseless murder. The actual murder got better treatment in court and more consideration than the man that's dead in the ground we will never see again. That's coonery. I'm done.
But I'm saying they were. If you remember our live movie show that we did, where we talked about the tears of a white woman, dog, and the love of a white woman. They had no chance.
White woman tears.
Them niggas stood no chance against that, bro.
Powerless.
Yeah.
That's a damn shame. If that's where we are now,
I will say this.
Let's just blow the whole damn thing up then.
Nigga, shit. You act like this shit's new shit. Come on. White women get away with shit. Come on, man.
Wait. No. This isn't unprecedented.
I mean, it is.
It's unprecedented that we send a white woman to jail over shit.
No.
That's unprecedented.
It is unprecedented. A sitting judge comes from behind the bench and hugs someone who's convicted in her court and gives out a Bible. That is unprecedented. It has never happened.
Never, not in my lifetime.
It's never happened. The research has been done. It's never happened.
I feel you, dog. But Candace Owens being asked to come to Congress with them fucking edges not done and tell the world that white supremacy and white nationalism ain't the problem. I feel you too on that voting trial shit. But
I know Candace Owens is more entertaining and funny.
It's not entertaining though, but that's
a much more serious.
That's more, but that's also dangerous too. There are people out there who see look at this nigga girl. She said it ain't a problem. Racism's gone. I know.
I think it's more. It's not that the things that Justice Kemp or Judge Kemp, whatever her title officially is not horrible and horrendous and awful, but it's not cooning to me. Because like Candace Owens perpetually is just like
dancing.
What's the word? Shucking and jiving for people to make it seem like, wasn't she at the fucking MMA competition that somebody did? Like trying to show step and fetch.
Oh boy, got knocked out too.
Like she's just constantly trying to show that she is that black person that is in favor of everything that
the bullshit.
I agree with you in one aspect. Yes, she's doing her. She is more prolific, but I also think that Candace Owens doesn't necessarily believe that and is doing it to get a check. I think that Tammy Kemp sincerely thinks that this white woman that murdered this black man deserved a hug and her prayer.
But isn't that a?
So I think there's coonery. I think there's Cooney for money, and Cooney because you were so brainwashed and your slave mentality is so deeply embedded in your brain that you thought that's why I think it's worse.
After the hug was over, she sent her ass to prison.
Okay, well, I agree with James.
Optics matter, especially when the whole world is watching.
So a black woman in front of a Congress saying that white nationalism isn't a real thing and white supremacy is not a problem in front of the world watching?
That ain't optics.
That ain't the world watching, my nigga?
That is, for me, that is the most coonish thing I have ever heard when you say that racism.
Nobody died behind that or because of that.
We don't know that.
Nigga, they didn't die because this woman gave her a hug. He died anyway.
I'm saying there's death
people have
involved.
already killed used white supremacist justifications and white nationalist justifications throughout time, but especially since Trump has become president, which is when Candace Owens started her shucking and jiving and step and fetch stuff.
And I will say, we gave this nigga's brother and his daddy a pass. Tammy Kemp, we threw Tammy Kemp under the rub, but his brother and his daddy went on the air and TV.
Little brother both of
And his daddy was on TV saying, "I wish I could have been there to give her a hug too, nigga."
Those two or a sitting judge that control and
but they still Cooney though, nigga. It's all still slave mentality, dog. Hey, bro, we ain't related by blood, bro, but let somebody kill you, nigga. I'm not hugging nobody.
Family that's emotional and thinks that might be the right thing for
the judge might have been emotional.
James, if I get shot and you hug,
you better not hug that white woman, James. You better not hug that white woman, James. I swear to God. Me and Lady Lavender gonna ride on your ass, my nigga. You better not be up there trying to get chest to chest with white women.
Chest to nigga rubbing titties with white women. What you doing, man? Chest to chest.
Why you rubbing that? Why you rubbing that white woman's titties, man?
Hey, 10 meters. Are you drunk already?
Yes.
God damn it.
Yes.
We still got 6 more motherfucking categories to go.
I'm white clawed out.
Don't motherfucking matter. I am drinking club.
I think
I'm drinking hard liquor.
At the end of the day,
I said my piece.
Yeah, at the end of the day, everybody's on here for a reason. They all cooning, so we all agree with that. We put them in different categories. Or, I mean, in different order.
I'm gonna throw in Marcellus Wiley.
Nigga, you lost.
when that nigga said you gotta monetize that shit, what the fuck is he? What kind? What the fuck kind of nigga is this, man?
But that's when they was.
We gotta make money off of our struggle. What the fuck?
We gotta make money. Yeah.
That's when,
and light skinned niggas can't feel the struggle.
That nigga say he biracial. Nah. That nigga only get half of racism.
That's why he got my full vote, nigga. Fuck that nigga.
We'll go ahead. Let us know.
And he's sitting next to fucking Jason Whitlock at the table, nigga. So that's coon on coon.
Nigga, that's cooning off top.
Oh, no.
But go ahead and tell us the winners. 10 meters before you pass
Whitlock is actually a Hall of Famer.
Oh no, nigga, that nigga is the coon. That's the trophy
this year. But I'm saying overall, Whitlock is in the
Candace Owens ain't got shit on. Only thing Whitlock ain't been invited to Congress. That's it. That's the only thing Candace got on Whitlock, nigga.
Right. No, for real.
That nigga been cool.
At least he got something Look, at least he get something coming for hers. That nigga coon for no goddamn reason.
Yeah.
No.
If we had statues, it would be that nigga eating a rib. That would be the motherfucking plaque, nigga.
Right.
But go ahead, tell them the winner. 10 meters.
And the Cooney, there's actually two winners for the Cooney. The co-winners are Marcellus Wiley and Miss Candace Owens.
Yes, indeed. Fuck both of them.
Fuck them both.
Yes.
But here's what I want to know, though. She's supposed to be my boo thing, but 10 meters introduced her as the lovely Candace Owens.
Lovely and talented.
Candace Owens. That was 10 meters right there, man. 10
meters with it.
Who think is who?
Hey.
Who loved Candace Owens?
Oh, hell no. I still don't like
10 meters would have hugged that white woman, too. 10 meters would have hugged that white woman.
He would have.
He would have went chest to chest. He sure would have went chest to chest.
Let me show you why they call me the diddler.
Feel that chest to me, girl.
Let me show you this triple D out here. This triple D.
Triple D.
I'll show you why they call it the diddler. You ready?
Diddler. You put my dick symbol up in there. All right. So,
all right, who got the next category?
Big James got it.
Oh, shit.
All right. Moving on to category 2. Category 2 is the great debater. These are situations when the members of this podcast got into heated debates while recording the podcast. So we've picked out 3 of our favorite nominees for best fight, basically. Fight of the year.
That's basically it. Oh, you still need to see this?
Verbal altercation.
Right.
Yep.
I believe we have audio to go along with this.
Yes, we do.
So, if Roger would quit moving my screen.
My bad. That's why I said I forgot that I'm doing it. My bad. I'll shut up now. I'll shut up now, boss man.
Are you drunk? Are you...
All right.
This one needed.
Nominee number 1. Can women and men be friends? Featuring Delaney, a guest host that particular night. Run it.
So, opening question: are you two friends?
That's a fair question. I don't know. Jefferson, you should go into that because you stated the difference between friends and acquaintances. That was one of your arguments.
Was it? I don't remember what my arguments are. I make them up on the fly.
That's true. You twist things, and then I'm like, I know you're wrong, but I don't know how to explain
The
it.
lady, because I've always been the one that I twist things. But you say Joe twist things? Oh.
Yeah, because I did debate in high school, so we had a lot of debates last year when we worked together, but I'd consistently end up feeling like I lost, but I'm like, I know you're wrong, I just don't know how to explain why, because he'd always twist things, and then I'd just stop. Agree to disagree.
Well, I better be careful. I will say, Delaney, you got a friend in me, but depending on how this discussion topic goes, maybe I shouldn't say that. I don't know.
That shit was 5-on-1. I still won. Fuck that.
Yeah, you thought. Bitch, you thought? Yeah.
Get out of here.
Get out of here.
There's no way.
Right. Hey.
Oh, contrarian ass nigga.
At least I was being honest with myself. The other 3 niggas on the podcast want to act like they want. I feel you. You know what I'm saying? Y'all had interests that y'all had to protect. I got you.
Completely honest.
Yes. Right.
I feel you were. I believe you were honest. I believe that you were honest. The other niggas.
I can't.
Like I said, it's all circumstantial.
I believe Delaney was honest. I believe that Delaney was honest.
So
the other niggas on the podcast, I don't know.
So basically, you still saying you believe that women can be friends with men, but men can't be friends with women. That's what you're saying.
Man, y'all gonna have to go back to the other episode and listen to find out. We ain't gonna relitigate that. I'm just telling you, when y'all go back and understand that I took on the world and I was holding toe to toe. So
oh my goodness!
Y'all do what y'all must.
All right, moving on to our next.
Please move on. James.
How important is it to be enraged about the repeated defacing of Emmett Till's memorial sign? Run that footage there. You know what? If this was in Kansas City, I'd be down there with y'all. We keep, but we don't. This is Mississippi, bro. It's not here. It's not. It's not here. It's not our house. If you want to go down to Glendale, Mississippi, and make a big deal of it, are you that serious about it? Because
So what if up in like Topeka, Brown versus Board, they started shooting that up? How would you feel about that?
Go up there, let's go.
Or is it too far away? Or I'm just asking. You said let's go. Okay.
I have a connection to Topeka, Kansas. You know what I'm saying? It's in the area. I feel a certain connection to it. I don't have a connection to Glendale, Mississippi.
We have a connection to the world on this podcast. We've had people download from England. If we have enough people out here listening, maybe somebody down in Mississippi becomes aware of the situation and decides they're going to take action.
Yeah.
Comments?
That's another dub for me right there. That's the dub.
I was with you.
They ended up going back. They ended up going back, and they went ahead and put a camera up this time on the Emmett Till sign.
They did.
And that's what I said.
They did.
Put a camera.
Is that what you said? Is that what you said? You said.
I think he did.
Yes, I did.
You said,
watch this camera.
I think he,
man.
I didn't say not to take any action. I said I wasn't gonna wring my hands about it and get all fired up about it. I'm like, take care of the problem.
And I said they weren't gonna take care of the problem until niggas got mad about it. So because niggas got mad about it,
there's a camera and they made things
they listen to the podcast.
That's what Let's move on.
Yeah, they bulletproofed it and.
Okay. The next nominee is did Jay-Z examine the deal that Jay-Z took with the NFL and its effect on the movement started by Mr. Colin Kaepernick. Run it.
So why would Kaepernick need to be involved in this? So just like I think that's the big thing that Jay-Z is talking about here is like, yes, Kaepernick was involved in the initial.
I didn't mean to pause it, but now this is the Echo episode.
Publicizing of this issue and of losing his job because he was kneeling. But what Kaepernick was trying to do was to bring attention to the social justice issues and the social justice problems that were happening with police brutality and the lack of follow through that the NFL was doing, right? So now Jay-Z's like, okay, now the NFL is trying to do these actionable things. The NFL is trying to do actionable things. Kaepernick is not part of the NFL anymore, so why would he need to be invited?
Ooh, that's cold-blooded. He ain't with us no more, huh?
No.
Kaepernick ain't part of it.
But hold on. I'm not trying to butt it up, but I'm saying, but Kaepernick's never been a vocal dude when it comes to this. Also, we talked about it on the show. He's never been an outright vocal dude, right? But also, the same dude that we saying, like, the same guy, so we say Jay-Z's the same guy we saying shitting on for in a partnership with NFL. Kaepernick is still the same guy trying to get a contract with the NFL, right?
Yeah.
So it's like,
and I would say the nexus between those things is this, that while Kaepernick started a movement and Kaepernick is searching for a job, Kaepernick has also gotten a settlement. But since that settlement, he has also been looking to be gainfully employed by the NFL.
Yeah. Boom.
All right. Okay.
I think I might have been White Claw wasted on that episode.
What's that?
Like,
shit.
It sounded like Ada had backup singers with it.
Oh, that was the great Echo episode of 2015.
It sounded like it was Ada had Supreme.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a vote, folks. Around the horn. Let's start with
it's a hard one for me. It's
go ahead.
Go ahead.
Start first, ladies first.
I think for me, it's. I think the Can Men and Women Be Friends was a good one, but I also think that Jay-Z conversation was a good one. I think that because I successfully proved my point, however, more solidly in the Can Men and Women Be Friends episode, that one is going to be my vote.
Okay. So that is one for Jay-Z debate.
Yes.
Next up, let's go.
Can women and women be friends?
No.
Oh, no, I thought,
one for the men and women.
Oh, it was one
because she claims she successfully proved her point on the episode, but she can't successfully tell us which one she chose on this episode.
She's sick, man. I thought she was voting for Can Men and Women Be Friends.
Yes.
We don't know what she's voting for.
Because I won the debate.
We got hanging chat. It's all kind of hanging chat.
There's no hanging chat. All these chats are fully punched out because I
fully punched chats.
He's punching out all chats.
White Chads, Black Chads.
All Chads getting punched out.
They'll become friends with me as men and women. It'll be fine.
Niggas from churches named Chad.
That's a vote for men and women. All right.
Next. All right, Joe, you go ahead and put yours in.
I'm without on that one. I think men and women can't be friends. That's what I'm gonna call the episode. Men and women can't be friends because I took on the world.
Oh my God!
And my buddy Delaney was on there. My buddy
this bullshit.
That's
my buddy Delaney was on there, so that's why we doing it. All right,
Anthony, what you got?
I'm going with can men and women be friends as well.
Damn.
Okay, that pretty much makes can men and women be friends the winner. I mean, if you go ahead and put your vote in if you'd like, Roger.
Yeah, I was gonna say that one too. That was probably the best one.
And I think I was going to go there with you. So it looks like it's a unanimous. Men and women be friends, but not because Joe thinks he won it.
And no. The answer is yes.
Okay. I'm going to pass this over to our next presenter, which is, I don't know who it is.
It's me, dog. Not so great moments in white privilege, the most confusing category on this show. And actually, when we started this, it was from it was so many years ago. But yeah, it has grown into some madness here. So what we have here basically is, for the most part, it's just meant to be an episode category about white fuckery. There we go. So our nominees are Not So Great Moments in White Privilege. Amber Geiger gets leniency and a hug from the murderer of Botham Jean. Also from the judge. Also from his brother. Also from the bailiff. The
bailiff was also stroking her hair like, yeah.
The daddy went on air. The daddy went on air and said, "I wish I could be there to hug her."
Also from all of white America.
He went on the air and admitted he wanted to touch them titties.
Hey, yeah. baby both of them had an agenda.
Yeah,
we already know that.
Yeah. Touching white titties. That's episode.
Daddy wanted to touch them white titties.
Episode 13. We couldn't recall the episode we talked about. The second nominee will be the unnamed white woman who decided to call, especially in this day and age when niggas are going crazy about Popeyes and Popeyes chicken sandwiches. She decided to go in there and call all the people behind the counter niggers and got fucking body slammed immediately.
Well, that's episode 19, right?
It's not on there.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, it is.
Episode 19.
Yeah.
Right here?
She got body slammed into the heavens.
Oh, my bad. I thought it was a separate. I didn't know they all together. My bad.
Those two were the same episode, so they get
okay. The
same nominee.
I thank you guys. And so then the same episode 19, we also had Common, not the rapper Common, but a white man who decided I'm going to be in blackface and
I remember
rap. Common sense AI is the future. Yeah.
Yeah, you could put a bunch of people in that. If you're talking about blackface, there was a bunch of good ones this year.
Oh yeah, but that was one that I just like. Like the Halloween is always good for just somebody ruining their career and their life.
All right,
it's fucking yeah.
It did not save that blackface, man.
It did not. It did not. AI should have told his ass not to do it. But nominee.
Yeah, and what's funny about that? Is you gonna mock a man named Common, but you don't remember the nigga's name was Common Sense.
God.
So you don't use no goddamn common sense.
No goddamn common sense. Not an ounce.
To figure out you shouldn't be wearing blackface in school. Nigga.
I know them kids in that classroom blinking like a motherfucker. Like, what is happening? Anyway, our I guess fourth nominee will be Old Town Road, Texas Rangers.
Well, I'm gonna take my horse to the Old Town. Oh, sorry.
We talked about it on the last episode. I told you about white dudes by the Old Black Road. That's okay.
Old Black Road.
It's like, oh yeah, Lil Nas X, Old Black Road.
Drag a nigga till I can't
no more. I got a nigga on a rope. Okay, Texas Rangers walk a black man on horseback through the middle of a fucking town, reminiscent of Fugitive Slave Act. That was episode 2. Just reading the notes here. Felicity Huffman in that old bitch from Full House. The college admission scandals where the celebrity defendants only got 14 days. You compare that, if you go to episode 8, we compare that with 2 other cases with black mothers in similar situations where they got years.
Yeah.
And by the way, listeners, the old lady from Full House is Lori Loughlin.
That bitch. She got
that bitch.
Also, Nicaraguan dishonorable mention. This is from before we change the name of the podcast. The Trump with his speech on the USS Wasp. Levels.
I don't know why nobody caught that shit but us, man. Come on, man. That shit should be front page of the news, man. That nigga was on the USS Wasp giving a speech, man.
The white Anglo-Saxon Protestants, man.
Talking about, I don't like these niggas in my army.
Or John McCain, for that matter. Or McCain.
Yeah.
Oh, so,
we go.
R.I.P.
USS Wasp. Nick, come on, man.
Oh, little arm, as I call him. And our winner was. I guess we talk about it. It might want to, add it. I mean, outside of the confusion of the category. Anybody?
That bitch got body slammed.
I mean, she did. And them niggas got fired, dog. Everybody learned the powerful lesson that day.
Everybody learned about boundaries.
She has a broken hip. Them niggas is probably in jail.
Oh, he broke more than a hip. He busted her up. I mean, he damn near killed her.
She had a fucking concussion, dog.
Nigga.
She was two breath strokes from death, man.
I mean, hey, if you want, you can say the word nigger, but hey, be prepared. Be prepared.
Hey, folks.
And the thing was, they really made it bad for the brother in terms legally. She had left the store.
Yeah,
he chased her outside.
Everybody know you got it. Everybody got to know you got to body slam him on property.
Hey man, I'm gonna tell everybody right now. Public service announcement: if y'all need to learn a recipe for the Popeye chicken sandwich, I made that shit again tonight. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta go out there and risk getting body slammed over this shit. You ain't gotta worry about niggas coming in.
But once again, though,
made at home. The recipe shit probably costs less than doing shit at home.
But once again, though,
when are you having all of your friends and your women, people that you know, to come over?
I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. Doors open. The doors to the church open. Lady Lavender has come with her pettiness.
I knew that shit was coming. I knew it was coming. You got to make that.
But I'm saying though, if niggas ain't body slam each other for the chicken, is it that good?
That shit, but hey, man, come over. Hey, we get we get the women friends and y'all to come through and see if somebody get body slammed. We'll know how good it is.
I mean, hey, if a nigga throw a chair, I know it's John Blaze. It's like we said here. If Damon don't pass out at your house, the party wasn't shit.
If a motherfucker don't get slammed over the chicken sandwich, nigga, your chicken sandwich ain't shit.
If Damon don't pass out on your toilet and drop his gun in the bathroom, your party ain't shit. Oh, man. That's how we gonna say.
Okay. What the?
If his Glock don't fall out on the fucking linoleum, nigga,
it wasn't shit.
It wasn't shit.
All right. So the winner for this category was Felicity Huffman and that old bride. What's her name again? 10.
Lori Loughlin.
Yeah,
Lori Loughlin.
Yeah, her. Only getting 14 days after the college admission scandal. Federal lying on federal documents and all kind of shit. We know 14 days. That good.
Well, other bitches was getting like 3 years.
Didn't she get out earlier?
3 and 5 years.
She was supposed to get 30 days. She got out in 14.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Lori Loughlin, though, is still, her shit's still pending because she won't plead.
Yeah. Like, fuck y'all. I was on Full House, niggas.
Yeah, no. And Aunt Becky's basically saying, fuck you, you gonna have to, yeah.
Aunt Becky.
It's like, gonna quit. Y'all about to fire me. That's basically her attitude.
Okay.
I ain't serving 14 days, Aunt Becky said, huh?
Right.
Take me to jail. Throw away the key. I ain't scared. Lock me up. Lock me in the ass. Whoa. Sorry, quote movie. All right, on to the next category. You was mad. Will be brought in by Joe Jeff.
All right. You was mad. Not nigga, you was mad. Nigga, you was mad. Like, you was really pissed off. So we have 3 nominees to this category. 2 of them have audio. One, we just going to freestyle a little bit because it really originated on the previous podcast. Mm-hmm. But we're going to go ahead and go through with it. So I'm nominating myself here for the 1619 episode. That was episode 5.
All right.
What we were doing, we were commemorating the 400th anniversary of the first slaves to come to Virginia, around about Norfolk, and and what that did is on this 400th anniversary, what was in the news cycle also was a Blue Lives Matter protest following the dismissal of Eric Garner's murderer, 5 years removed. So basically, Eric Garner's choker finally got fired, not indicted, not convicted. Fired 5 years after the fact. Mm-hmm. And so we kind of sat there and stewed on that. So if you want to play that video, sir, I appreciate it.
I got you.
Once again, police beating up on people. Back up right here. Back up and get on that step. Okay. Back up. All he did was break up a fight. And this is what happens for breaking up a fight. It's crazy.
So you can tell at this point in time, these motherfuckers know this nigga's dead. Or dying. Cause ain't nobody moving, ain't nobody fighting, they all looking, and they all got the same, what the fuck did we just do look?
I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. How many times? It said, like, I can't breathe like at least 4 or 5 times.
And you got these people out here mocking this man, talking about wearing I Can Breathe t-shirts in response to people who are wearing I Can Breathe shirts.
These are some evil motherfuckers, man.
But it's like if it's Black Lives Matter,
my father taught my 5 sons to obey the laws of this great country and respect the police that risk their lives to make the city safe. Good advice to live by. Nigga, capital LIVE, live by. These motherfuckers need to get knocked the fuck out.
They need to be.
Oh, shit.
They need to be. And then,
so you having an argument with a police officer is a fucking death sentence?
That's supposedly so?
Oh, God.
Supposedly so.
There's some evil walking around this fucking country, man.
Yeah, start the White House.
Nigga, 1619, bro.
Yeah.
16 to fuck 19, 400 years of this shit. Nigga, I'm still pissed off about that shit.
That's just the audio. I forgot, like,
same thing, man. Cause
and that was episode 5. That was the great 10 meters in the wind tunnel episode, I believe.
That was him on Lake Pontchartrain. with the pelicans in the fucking microphone.
Fuck y'all, man. I hate y'all, man. But yeah,
I wish I could get that drop right there for the next category, because later in this category we coming for you 10 meters. I just want you to know that shit.
Fuck
but go ahead,
man.
say what you gotta say.
I know. But yeah. Anyway, so I mean that episode right there, man, still gets to me. And I mean, you know, just to hear the man, hearing that audio of him saying, I can't breathe, and these white motherfuckers ain't doing shit about it, but trying to kill him, essentially. And it still gets to me.
And then, like, we didn't talk about it again because it just came out. They released some of the. It was a story written about the dude who filmed that and how he was still being fucked with by the police. You know, he's currently in jail now, I believe, awaiting a trial. He said he believes that they have attempted to poison him. He believes that they have been following it. I don't know if it's his fiance or girlfriend. Yeah, it was a nice little article. I'll find the link and we can put it in the show notes just as a extra things for people to read about how this is still echoing through the community of those people who were affected. And we're all affected, but the people who are media there are still being affected by the police department that has been charged that they pay to protect these citizens.
Nigga, 400 years, motherfuckers.
Yep.
And we still going through this shit.
Yep.
After 400.
Nigga, we might as well end up. Look, nigga, that's nah. I ain't
it. We done. Come on now, nigga. We almost.
Nah, we gonna go through these other two, but nigga, I'm still mad. So I need y'all to know that shit right now. So anyway,
yep.
So that's the 1619 episode. It was episode 5. You should definitely go check it out. The next one, it got named because somebody over here was poisoning the well.
Always.
Episode 10, the KC Stork got mad.
All right, here we go.
We got into a heated. Hold on.
I'm not saying. Go ahead.
Pause. We got into a heated discussion stemming from points of view expressed in the Atlanta Revolt Summit, but I believe it's also related to our views of Bernie Sanders versus Hillary Clinton versus Barack Obama versus. When we get into politics, we got camps on this show. So let it ride.
I'm on cardboard cutout LeBron James camp right now. Let's go. I'm not saying I love Obama, but you make it sound like Bernie Sanders is saying some shit that nobody else said. That's not true. I know you. God damn. My bad, dog. Whenever I hit that high note, nigga, I need to just go to sleep. My bad.
Man, you love Bernie, my nigga. So we both love somebody. I know Bernie, your man. Let's move forward, bro.
Saying something that had not been said.
You're right. He's saying that let's not prosecute cops. No one ever said that beforehand. You're right. Let's move forward, bro. Because I'm supposed to be the timekeeper and Bernie's the God. So let's move forward.
Yeah. I'm just gonna say my
we gotta move forward, dog. I'm supposed to be a timekeeper. You should have said in that 20. You should have said in that 20 minutes. We moving forward, dog. You got on me about being a timekeeper, bro. When you was being quiet, it's been like 30 minutes of discussion.
It don't fit Roger's narrative, so he don't want to hear it. That's cool. Let's move on.
No. Y'all go ahead. Let's pull out Bernie's dick.
No.
Go ahead, James. Suck it for 10 minutes. Let's go. I'll give you additional 10 minutes. Let me go ahead.
You're right. We over time.
No. Go ahead. Because in the post game, I don't hear nobody talking about. I didn't say let's move on.
Say nothing.
No, let's go ahead. No, James, go ahead, bro. I'm gonna give you an additional 10 minutes.
We didn't spend more time talking about you not talking about it than we would have if we'd have talked about it.
If that nigga would have talked about it, we go on. I said go ahead.
No, you was ready to move on till I called you out.
No, I wasn't. I was saying let's move on before you decide to unmute your microphone, my nigga. And once again, when Joe goes to the edit, he can hear that too.
He was mad.
Yeah, he was.
Fuck both y'all.
Whenever a nigga mentioned Bernie Sanders, that nigga goes to that dark place, bro.
The dark place, nigga.
God damn.
And like I said, it ain't even Bernie, dog. It's the niggas that sit at home and didn't vote. Then you get reports out that 12% of them niggas voted for Trump, and I'm like, God damn it. Anyway.
Who the fuck didn't vote?
You know, there was a report that recently came out that
Comes down to
go ahead. Who said something?
All I know is at that point, Roger sat out for the rest of that episode If 10 meters had taken over as the new host.
I'm not saying shit. He just like
shit.
when the corner.
10 meters came in out the bullpen and was the host for the next 10 minutes.
He closed out the game, nigga.
I thought when Roger pulled a Scotty Pippen.
Somebody had to say, oh shit.
Scotty Pippen. Scotty refused to go back in that game.
Yeah.
You said that nigga 10, Coney Cook. That nigga Coney Cook coach, nigga. Tony Cook coach, nigga.
Let's go with it. Just handle this shit.
Right.
All right. That's good. And that's why we do the show, so we can go back and listen to the magic.
That nigga was mad, man. So I'm gonna move on to the third nominee. Cause 10 minutes you ain't safe, nigga.
Amanda knows that needs no intro.
Anytime 10 meters heard a tale of racism or sexism or molestation,
especially molestation
of any sort, the tale of the diddler, aka the diddler killer, aka the Triple D, began on the old podcast. So we don't have audio. As a matter of fact, it wasn't even during the show. It was in the pregame.
Mm-hmm.
But it has continued on passionately with his drunken brand of aggression on the Triple B podcast. Be careful not to get punched in the face. You might be told to burn yourself, and you could be randomly encouraged to choke on the dick.
Dog.
Fucking with the diddler. That's all I know.
That nigga Anthony gonna be an old man telling fucking grandbabies, his grandnieces, nephews, y'all can choke on the dick, little niggas. Fuck out my house.
First of all, y'all kick my ass, man, because that shit ain't. You know, when I'm passionate about people, hurting people that are, are victims, man, are true victims, I should say. Any, injustice whatsoever. People who are being molested, or sexism. I hate that shit, man. I hate that shit with a passion. And so, I'm gonna say something about it, and then, I feel that they need to choke on a dick.
All I know is that nigga heard the story of Epstein. And that nigga felt the need to punch a nigga in the face.
Punch that nigga in the face.
Punch that motherfucker in his damn throat, man.
And Joe, we still can't account for this nigga's whereabouts when Epstein when he accidentally hung himself.
When that nigga killed himself, that was
somebody comes up listening, it's him. He's gone.
Mm-hmm.
That was Triple B podcast time when Epstein finally died.
Y'all ain't shit.
And hold on, were they just talking about in the week that the fucking video of outside the cell vanished this week? Where you been, bro?
You been working this week?
Y'all ain't shit. Y'all been working, damn it.
Maybe there's a reason why. What's old Weinstein, man? There's a reason why his leg. Maybe he do need a walker. You been fucking him up too?
Hey, let's just move on to the next category.
Okay, we just move on, dog.
So we do have our honorable mention. You know what I'm saying? So we do have an honorable mention.
Hey, dog. Hey,
and because he's a friend of the show, we feel like we could do this. He know it's all love. Frank,
nigga.
AKA Francisco, AKA Francis, AKA Frankie.
Hey, dog.
With the Nicaraguan podcast.
Hey, dog.
And I'm wondering, was it too soon to go ahead and mention that shit?
Hey, whenever that nigga James would type Francis in the chat group, I knew it was about to be good, dog. What the fuck you mean, Francis?
I know Frank probably don't like me, but Frank was doing a lot of shit that didn't need to be done. I had to call him. I'm sorry.
Frank, man, you are well. Hey, Frank, come over to Triple B, man. Come on, join us for an episode.
Frank, come on now.
Come break some bread.
Come break some bread with me.
Yeah, I was just fucking with him. I hope he didn't take the shit personal, but Frank was out of pocket sometimes. I had to say something.
That nigga Francis would hit. That nigga James like, what the fuck you mean, Francis? Oh, the chat group.
I was cool, yeah. Francois,
nigga. Oh, variations of Francis, nigga.
Frankincense.
Frankenstein, Frankenstuff, nigga. Frankenbeans.
Frankenberry.
It's real bang, man. God damn. Y'all ain't shit, man.
Hey, man, we love you. We love you, bro. Come on back, man. Come on, man.
Yeah.
I'm dead serious. Frank, my boy. But Frank was fucking up.
He was.
Hey,
still, man. Frank.
Hey, the best. Hey, the best ever was. I love my guy, but. I think that was the straw when niggas was like, what y'all want the show name to be? And everybody put in what they wanted to be, and it was a whole different fucking name. Niggas was like, we done. What this nigga doing?
What do you name this at the end of the month?
End of the month? It was something.
It was some fucking generic and shit, nigga.
Damn,
this motherfucker gonna be named the end of the month, nigga. We done with. I'm not putting no brain power into this shit.
Hey, dog, when I seen that shit, dog, you know like when it's your guy, and you like, damn, my guy fucking up, dog. I was like, these niggas ain't gonna be happy.
That was a good damn episode too, man.
It was a good episode, dog.
Yeah,
I just remember we had a discussion, and we said this was the name should be
for a good ass episode.
Okay, all right.
He was mad, man.
We gotta do some voting.
He ain't gonna get no vote. That's water under the bridge. We ain't gonna vote.
No, we ain't voting on that. I can't vote for myself, Kevin. Damn.
But we had to call it out.
Frank know what the fuck he did, though. I say that.
We love you, Frank.
Hey,
I still love Frank, but Frank know he wasn't fucking
come on back for a couple.
Come on back.
Episodes,
say your piece, dog. We want
a couple episodes.
Hey,
say your piece. All right.
Yeah,
Let's vote on it.
All right, go around the room. What you got?
Ladies first. We do ladies first, or we?
Sounds good. Ladies first. Ooh, ladies first.
It's a hard one. I think all of these are like people who are mad. But I think I'm gonna have to go with. I think I'll go with the stork for this one.
All right.
I'm not even gonna add comments. I just think he was like hella mad, and like repeatedly in different episodes has been hella mad.
She heard that voice. She probably smiled. She probably smiled on her eyes when she was listening in the car. Like, this nigga here.
Hey, Stork did win in 2018. I just want to point that out.
Come on now.
Yeah, he did.
I got my mama's temper.
There it is. All right. What you got next, man?
10.
I'm gonna go ahead with Joe this one. With the 400th anniversary, I like that one. I'm gonna have to go with you, Joe.
I'll take it.
James.
Yeah. Shit, man. Roger always mad, so that shit really like it's kind of par for the course. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with 16-19.
He does. Yeah. He does know me well.
Yeah.
We've been working too long, nigga. That's my. Hey, what that nigga the Hulk say? That's my trick, nigga. I'm always angry, nigga.
Right.
All right, Hulk.
You always like me when I'm angry.
There was like some legit. I feel like there was some legit passion that Joe had about the Eric Garner thing. Not that Rogers isn't, but some of that shit is staged.
It's staged, nigga. Baby.
But I'm
starting to get mad now. Get ready.
Oh shit. Okay. I'm sleeping downstairs with the big kids. Fuck that. All right, go ahead, Joe.
I can't vote for me. Even though I'm still mad about it. I'm a history teacher, nigga. That shit pisses me off. You know what I'm saying? But I can't vote for me. So I just know that 10 meters need to punch a nigga in the face, dog. Shit.
God. So I guess the real question is: do you punch them in the face while they choking on your dick?
Say what?
I was asking 10 meters. That's the real question. Are you punching niggas in the face while they choking on your dick? Or a dick? Is it a combo? It's like Mortal Kombat, nigga. What's happening?
I almost choked on my alcohol, dog.
Nigga, don't do that. Nope. You're gonna be the only nigga in North America to die with a White Claw in your hand, nigga. Don't do that.
Right.
I don't drink that bullshit.
Die with a man's drink. I shouldn't say that.
Nigga said, burn yourself.
Wait a minute. Okay, so wait a minute. So, Lady Lavender, you picked me?
Yeah.
Joe?
Me and Ida picked you.
God damn it.
It's 2 to 1 to 1. Right. 2 to 1 to 1.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with 10 too.
We got co-leaders in the clubhouse. Yeah. We have a new champion, Roger off the hook.
What?
God damn.
Thank goodness. I'm about to go with 10. Cause that should be, coming from the darkness. Hold on, so we're here. Man, bag of dicks. Is that back to me?
I think you had back to back on
back.
Yeah, that's a bag.
I love it. So here with the Bag of Dicks Award. This is our fifth category here. We don't give out like gold or medallions. We give out bags of dicks, half a bag of dick, or just a dick for third place. So third place gets just a single dick. Second place will get a half a bag of dicks. And then the first place person will get the full accoutrement of dicks. I just spit on my computer. God damn it.
A wide assortment. A
bouquet of dicks. Equidge Farm meat platter of dicks, nigga. Merry Christmas, bitches.
You get the array of dicks.
Array of dicks.
Whole can of Vienna sausage, nigga.
Potted meat. Anyway.
Several cans of dick.
So let's get into the nominees. Anyway. First up is a Missouri man, Show Me State, what's up? Who flew to California with the sole purpose of setting not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 13 motherfucking wildfires over a 2-day weekend. This nigga flew there, rented a car, drove around the state of California, trying to burn it down by himself.
Oh, shit.
That's some passion.
That's an asshole, bro.
Next up,
that is an asshole, dog.
Former Steeler, former Raider, former Patriot, former NFL All-Pro wide receiver, former summer frostbite victim. If you didn't know that nigga's feet got fucked up, he had them. What Brady wear? What's them shoes he wear? Them the moccasin looking shoes. With the fur in them and shit.
I don't know.
Uggs. This nigga must have had the bugs. He had the bootleg version. Former leather helmet enthusiast, former citizen not accused of rape, Antonio Brown. Oh yeah, and episode 12 was the first nominee. We talked about him episode 7, episode 11. Yeah, all you need to know is this man is accused. One of his accusers accusing him of ejaculating on her back unknowingly while she was watching a church service on her tablet.
That's horrible. That's bad.
Oh, you watching TD? Oh, you watching TD Jakes?
Watch your damn Joe Osteen.
Oh, that's even worse.
He's trying to watch Joe Osteen and he dumped batter on her back.
Yeah,
that's bad.
That's one of the accusations. Oh, you watching TD Jakes? Oh, skeet.
I got something for that.
So he ain't shit.
He deserves a bag of dicks.
Hold on. So she was a late entry. I'm a dude. He was here before. Next nominee, and also the defending motherfucking champion, individual one, and also ran for as he said, ran for quote unquote Times Person of the Year, the puppet of Putin, laughingstock of NATO, defender of Saudi oil, but not Syrian Kurds. Fuck them niggas. Pull yourself up by your own bootstraps. Marker of the infirm and teenagers alike. A man willing to claim responsibility for government shutdowns and walls that existed long before his administration, of course. Repeated violator of the emotion clauses, international internet troll, the occupant of the White House, and the subject of not one, but 2 articles of impeachment, John Trump, a.k.a. Fat Nixon, a.k.a. Orange Julius, a.k.a. the nigga that played golf but probably got a motherfucking, I don't know what his handicap is, a.k.a. nigga probably got diabetes, ain't felt his feet in 2 years, a.k.a. this nigga suits never fit, why is he so fucking orange in the face, a.k.a. your wife was a porn star and that child ain't yours. Okay.
And he got little hands.
And he got little hands.
Miniature. Yeah.
Okay. And our last nominee, late entry, and you talk about a motherfucker who wasn't even on the radar, but pulled up out the fucking darkness. The Iowa woman,
nigga, strong,
like literally pulled up on a curb out of darkness to run children over. Iowa woman accused of 2 counts of attempted vehicular homicide against 1 Mexican girl and 1 black boy because they're minorities, and she was wilding out in the grocery store. They decided to give her, $1 million? $1
million bond.
That bitch.
Her face, nigga, when she found out she had $1 million, she thought this was some bullshit. See, that bitch got that $1 million bond. She's like, oh, this shit might be serious.
Oh, this might be serious. You can't run little niggas and Mexicans over?
It's real shit.
What kind of America is this?
This shit's so new. We didn't really flesh out the whole case on the last episode.
We didn't.
We really just kind of got a taste of it because we didn't really know how big this shit was.
It was a late add-on to the show, and that's all they had. And then like the next day on Twitter, they was like, this bitch was big wildin'.
Oh, big time wildin'.
As they would say, a menace. This bitch was a menace.
A menace, nigga. And then
it's Nick Cannon.
What she shoplift like $6.50 from the fucking store too?
$6.50 worth. Yes. Some bullshit.
Maybe that nigga that robbed the bank for $88,000 get her out. He pays for the bill.
Right.
My boy that robbed the bank and threw it up in the air.
It did. The one, yeah.
He was pimping on fucking Facebook, nigga.
Pimping on Facebook.
That worked at the bank.
Worked at Wells Fargo. Was stealing shit from the vault.
Make $11 an hour as a teller, but he show up in a Mercedes the next day.
Bruh. Straight cash. $20,000. Down.
Straight cash
for the Mercedes.
Hey, 10 meters remind us, nigga, Iowa was full of idiots out wandering around. That's all I know.
Idiots out, and he's one of them.
Wait, no, he ain't from Iowa. This bitch is from Iowa, though. This heifer from Iowa, so.
Yeah. So unlike unlike our other categories, like I said before, there's tiers to it, because I mean these niggas, it's just, it can't just be one nigga getting a dick. So starting from the bottom, third place.
Now we here.
The bronze bag of dicks.
The bronze, not a bag, but a
single dick.
A single dick winner will be the man from Missouri who flew to California to try to burn down the whole fucking state during a 2-day weekend. Also,
that nigga rented a car to go burn fucking California.
You stupid, son.
Because they liberal or something. I don't know why.
I think that was it, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I think that was it. I think it was because they were liberals.
He was like some kind of far right cat, wasn't he?
Racism.
Yeah, he had to be.
Racism.
Why else did you fly to fucking California to burn the fucking shit down? That's just crazy.
Trying to burn. You know, like he didn't go like to burn a building down or somebody's house.
This nigga said 13 fires,
I'm burning the whole. You know when somebody say I'll burn this motherfucker down,
he meant it.
He meant that shit.
He meant it.
That nigga was just driving down the fucking roadside, nigga, just throwing fucking
matches and shit.
Fucking Molotov cocktails out into the fucking forest, nigga.
Bags of Kings for Charcoal, nigga. Just burning bags of Kings for Charcoal on the side of the road. Fucking idiot. Okay. Our second place, who only gets, she gets more than the dick. She gets a half a bag of dick. Half a bag.
Half order.
One to go.
You didn't want to
order.
The Iowa woman who accused of 2 counts of attempted vehicular homicide. Yeah, bitch.
This bitch here.
Oh, there you go. He warming up. I heard him. Where he at? This bitch.
This mad. He mad. Look at he mad.
He warming up, dog.
I'm about to get angry, man. You know, this bitch can choke on all the bags of dicks because.
Nigga, that's why you a co-winner right there. That's why you a co-winner. Clap it up.
That's why. Shit. Why the fuck you gonna sit up there and target minorities? You know, just doing normal shit like going to school. Or going to like school events, shit like that.
That little girl was walking to a basketball game.
You know? Yeah, going on to a basketball. It don't even fucking matter. They're fucking minorities, damn.
In the black boy,
just choke on all the dicks.
And the little black boy, according to the news report, I mean, thank goodness he like didn't have headphones or something, because like he heard the car rev up. And was able to jump out the way and was like, I mean, both the boy and the girl who were hit, I mean, they were in the hospital, they're fine. But like, yeah, if he had like had headphones on and walking down the street, he probably wouldn't even heard the engine rev up when he got ran the fuck over.
Right. Which is bullshit.
Yeah. So I mean, same for the Mexican girl too.
Yeah. She should fucking die.
She must have heard the Mexipocalypse episode.
You got to keep your head on a swivel out here. In these streets, man.
I blame James. He's the one.
You never know when a crazy racist white woman might try to run your ass over.
But I blame James though. He's the one of the Mexipocalypse.
This nigga said Mexipocalypse.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. He coined the phrase.
He was
listening. She was listening. She said, James said it's a Mexipocalypse. We need to run somebody over.
And then, of course.
Oh, yeah. I was kind of fired up on that episode.
Yeah, he came in shooting that high fire on that episode, bro.
And then, of course, we got 2 nominees left. Is it the rapist or the presidential rapist? Very tough. But once again, motherfucking Fat Nixon, the motherfucker that's in the White House because you niggas stayed at home. Donald J. Trump, nigga. You sir get the full bag of dicks.
Yes. And he's impeached for it, nigga.
Ooh. I hope.
So fuck that nigga.
All right, so our next category will be brought to us by Lady Lavender, the Hallmark Hall of Fame.
Yeah, so to cleanse our palate a little bit after hearing some of this like craziness with the Bag of Dicks Award, we've got the Hallmark Hall of Fame, which is all about feel-good stories that the BBB podcast has talked about throughout this season, this year. First nominee is episode 1, where Toni Morrison was talked about after her passing and celebrating her life. Second nominee for the Hallmark Hall of Fame is episode 20, in which there was a lot of announcements and celebrations talked about housewarmings, graduations, wedding announcements, reminders of 2 weddings this year, reminder of a new job for 10 meters down in Austin, and then just growing bonds of friendship for the men. obviously, because I can't be friends with people. But yes, all of that stuff was talked about in episode 20.
She gonna keep throwing this shot. I eat that though.
And then in episode 15, the third nominee was another great episode, which was the call for Black men to become teachers in primary through secondary education. That was featuring, I was saying Soulja Boy. That's not his name.
Soulja Boy? Zeb the Soldier.
Something.
The soldier.
Zeb the Soldier. There you go. So he was on that episode, and it was a really great episode. So talk amongst yourselves, and I'll talk as well about which ones we feel most strongly about for this category. What we feel about even ones that may not be the winners of this category. I'll go first since no one's jumping in yet. So I really enjoyed the announcement and celebration episode because it was just like a lot. That segment was just a lot of great things. I do think that the call for Black men to teach is a really positive thing that we talked about on this show. It was really, really awesome. Really, really great. However, it was also kind of depressing about hearing about why it's not happening and why it may be hard to make that dream and vision and really that need happen in the educational world. So that was my reason why that one didn't get my full vote, although I'm very strongly in favor of that as an educator. Yeah.
That's very good, very good. The origin story, episode 1, talking about Toni Morrison painted some beautiful pictures, and I felt like it was really good to kind of stop and smell the roses and kind of celebrate her life, because even though she has passed, she has left us a lot to think about in her passing. Her legacy will live on, for generations. So I thought that was a very powerful episode. I too, as a Black male teacher, am strongly, encouraged by that episode, and still encourage other Black men to join the profession. I think it's a wonderful calling. I think you can be very impactful as a teacher. So
yes,
come on, join me. And then, a lot of people on this episode here, folks, the people I'm gathered with here, man, have had some very momentous occasions for 2019. I think they've had some very good years. Mm-hmm. And I think there was really a culmination on episode 20 where I think there was a nexus of several people having really just good times in their lives, and that was beautiful to see. Mm-hmm. So,
indeed,
I'm gonna piggyback on Joe here. Yes, I think Toni Morrison was very influential on the brothers here, and hearing her stories and hearing her life, and it was a tremendous loss in not only the African community but the American community as a whole. For me, the Black men, male teachers. First of all, one thing I think about teachers, when we mention teachers, I think of role model automatically, because a teacher to me was the most influential person, in my parents. They're third. They me to lead me to the path that I am, on as, and growing into the craft that that I am now. So, like, an educator, or when I hear of people who are Caucasian, my hats are automatically off them because of the work that they do to influence others to get, to strive for excellence. So, like I said, when I hear Ada and when I hear Joe speak, I pay attention, man, and I really, am, engaged into what they think and engaged with what their opinions are, especially in here.
Indeed. James?
So,
did we lose James? Are you there?
No, I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah, man, it's all really important. Toni Morrison, there's never too much you can say about Toni Morrison as a writer, as an intellectual, as a spokesperson for African Americans, for women, and that sort of thing. She was a dynamic presence. Her writing is top notch. Toni Morrison's writing is so good that sometimes you got to go back and read it again to make sure you understood what she was trying to tell you. And once you really grasp it, it just kind of sets off lights in you because her writing was so good. All the talk about everybody's events going on in their lives. That's what we're here for. Part of what we're here for as people, as human beings, to celebrate each other's accomplishments, and it's important, and why would we do all those things if we didn't have people to celebrate them with, to share them with? Otherwise nothing's worth accomplishing if you don't have people that you can share with and that can kind of revel in it with you. So that's a great thing. And come on, we know that there's a major shortage in black teachers, especially men. What is it, like 1% of all teachers are black men or something like that? Crazy.
Yeah. Go ahead.
There's a lot of reasons for that, but I think that there's got to be a way for us to encourage more black men to become teachers, and stay teachers, because I think our children need it more than anything, but I think all children could benefit from having an image of a black man as a teacher instead of an image of black men as what the media likes to usually show us as, gangsters and thugs and whatever else, so any positive role models that this world can see that are black men is always a positive thing. That's it.
Yeah, I guess I like all the episodes, all the episodes nominees here. Doesn't even matter what I voted for. All of them are good. Episode 1, it so happened that Toni Morrison passed when we brought the change in the show and the name, brought that on board. It's kind of like one of those things where it's like this awakening, like, we ain't Toni Morrison, but we get together every week and we try to do something that makes us feel good and also put out good energy for other people in their lives, and hopefully we inspire them to do great things. The announcement celebration, of course, man, just once again, while we get together, like for me, I got to tell you guys, and we've said it in pregame and postgame, for sometimes this is like therapy. You get on and talk about things and forget about the world for a little bit. I guess not forget about the world, but what I'm trying to say. And then Call for Black Men, of course. I got black children, and I want them to see black women, but I also want them to see black men in roles of leadership and teaching and discipline to help them along their way as far as what they want to be in this life. So, yeah, good stuff all the way around. So, what's the winner, Lady Lavender?
Hold on. Before we do that, hold on. Before you do that, who was the 2018 winner?
2018 winner. I was going to mention that too. The 2018 winner from last year for this category of the Hallmark Hall of Fame was 49ers football player Marquise Goodwin.
Don't forget All-American long jumper.
All-American. He did long jump. He also did another thing. I can't remember. There was 2 things in track that he did in the Olympics. As well.
Was it hurdle?
Representing that track, which is awesome.
No, he was a long jumper in the Olympics, but he also was a pretty established sprinter too.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But he was a long jumper in the Olympics.
Oh yeah, long jump was what he did in the Olympics.
Right.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay.
So the one thing that just popped in my head, not to go back and beat a dead horse, but I remember there was a man who at my high school that I went to after I had been there. I think actually when I was there, he was like some schools hire different people to be kind of, before they had like police in schools as security, he was like the security type of guy who would just sit in the common area. We had a commons area because we had like free periods that you could sit and hang out in this one area, and he would be there. He was also a basketball coach. And so like initially when we were in high school, it was like, oh, that's Coach Johnson. Like what? Like, yeah, he's the coach. He's I forgot what his official title was, like security guy at the school. Ended up currently now, so he was in school that whole time himself, and now he's the principal of a school, which is like, to me, just fucking unbelievable that this man that we all saw when we were in school was working security at the school, was a basketball coach, and now is a principal of an entire school. And it's like, that's what I feel like people need to see is that, like, just dedication and growth, and that there are things you can do that are beyond what you maybe imagine that you can do. Anyway, so he's a great guy, still doing great things with an educational system. That was a great episode 15, about the call for Black men to teach. But the winner of this year's 2019 Hallmark Hall of Fame for the BBB podcast is the announcements and celebrations episode from episode 20. All the good things that all of the friends talked about, and I was also included sometimes as well.
Dang, she's still sliding it in there, bro.
I know. I got it.
But congratulations.
It was really great. It was both good things.
Yeah, congratulations to you. I mean, I think y'all had some beautiful 2019s, man. So
yes.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I definitely agree.
And we're looking forward to 2020.
Except for that nigga James about to build Skynet. Nobody talking about that though.
Not fucking Skynet, dog.
Ain't nobody talking about that though. All right. On to our next episode. Our last, in some ways, most prestigious, I guess. Not really. Award of the evening. It will be brought to us by Joe.
Well, I feel like this is the most anticipated award, but it's probably it's probably a dubious distinction.
Dubious.
This is the Duck Boat Award. And for those of you who don't know what the Duck Boat Award is, it's on YouTube. Go check it out on the Nicaragua podcast.
Downhill quick.
What this is also basically the episode where we discuss how niggas ain't shit. This is the You Ain't Shit Award / the Duck Boat Award. Mm-hmm. So basically everybody knows that, you know what I'm saying, we fly off the handle sometimes. Sometimes we take serious issues and take them all the way left. So these are three instances in which we felt like they need to be commemorated, and we will vote upon a winner after we hear the audio. So first episode is Let's Dive In.
Oh, jeez.
On Let's Dive In, we begged for chaperones. I don't know where Ada was. I think Ada was down in Texas somewhere with family. I called upon several other women to help us and be chaperones for us, but to no avail. This is completely foreseeable.
Yes.
but nobody came to our rescue. We begged for chaperones, none showed. The brothers were not supervised as we discussed the disqualification of a black female high school Alaskan swimmer for a uniform violation. So let's go ahead and hear that video, sir.
Oh shit.
And these little mixed little nigga girls is
wow. You said let's wrap this up, but this nigga just
they ruining our good white swim culture, and we got to do something about it.
We tired.
I will take this into my own hands and take this business down.
We tired of having to drain the pool after every meet. Tired of this shit.
God forbid. You little nigga.
I drained the pool, nigga. Have y'all seen the water bill? Have y'all seen the state's water bill, nigga? About to start pumping some of this goddamn some of this Detroit water in this motherfucker, some of this Flint, Michigan water in this motherfucker.
Nigga had to power wash this motherfucker after every damn meet. Oh man, y'all. We need a chaperone, bro.
I'm sorry.
We need a chaperone.
That's it. That's it.
My bad. I'm sorry.
That's it.
Real talk though. It's fucked up though. This is a fucked up situation all around.
It's fucked up and we made it worse. So let's just move on.
Bad episode.
But like we gonna move on, dog. But like niggas got daughters, dog. What you gonna do when the referee say your daughter's ass too big? That's why she lost the race. God damn.
I mean, I feel like that question still applies. What are you gonna do when the referee say your daughter ass too big? She lost the race, nigga.
Fight.
Right. Oh shit!
Fuck you looking at
episode.
It's gonna be some smoke. It's gonna be some smoke in the city.
Smoke in the city.
It's gonna be some smoke
in the city.
And I tell you, I blame this on our friend Ada.
Lady Lavender was not there.
Right.
Not there.
Well,
we needed a chaperone, none showed. I'm sorry.
That was a really great episode. When I listened to it, I was like, this is really good stuff. These people are off their fucking minds, but this is like quite entertaining.
Nigga James said the little nigglets, dog. He went tell from the hood on him, bro.
All right, so people go back and check out episode 8. We were all the way off the stage.
That got way out of hand, real fast.
Out of hand, bro, quick. So that was just the clip. That was just a clip. It's about 20 minutes.
I be forgetting what kind of wild shit I be saying.
Yeah, nigga. Next Apocalypse is still one of my the best ones ever, nigga. It says a goddamn Next Apocalypse.
Next Apocalypse.
I'll be like, I was out of my damn mind that day.
All right, so on to number 2. We all were. But it was completely foreseeable. We knew that shit was gonna happen.
Yeah. As soon as I saw we talking about little girls in fucking bathing suits, I was like, "Oh, this is gonna happen." This is how to get stupid.
This ain't gonna go well. This is not gonna go. All right, so our second nominee for the Duck Boat Award, aka the You Ain't Shit Award, is the Triple D podcast. I get a cut for saying Triple B, but this is the Triple D podcast, starring the Dirty Dick Diddler.
Dirty Dick Diddler.
fuck y'all, niggas.
Hey, put nominee for Madman here in a second.
Madman, this is from episode 22. So 10 meters. Used the restroom in the middle of the podcast. And forgot to turn off his goddamn mic for some reason. I don't know why. And so while this mic was hot, it was questionable whether his hands were washed.
Goddamn, what's that do?
Nigga, my hands are always washed.
Now, I'm going to tell you this. You can go back to episode 22 and listen to the audio evidence. Because I certainly didn't hear running water. I heard a flush. I didn't hear running water. That's just me. I don't know. You go back and judge for yourself from episode 22. So then, the KC Stork decided it was time to launch a new podcast, a.k.a. the Triple D Podcast. Let's go ahead and run that footage. We talk about abuse of black girls on the podcast, and you got your dick in your hand. Come on, man.
Oh, now y'all calling me R. Kelly? God damn it.
Not Jeffrey Epstein.
Robert?
It's not Jeffrey Epstein, but Jaquez Epstein, nigga.
What, my middle name is Robert now, niggas? Oh, shit.
What they say, you live long enough to be the bad guy, nigga.
Oh, dirty dick diddling ass.
Oh, shit. All right, let's wrap this up. Let's go.
All right.
The Triple D Podcast.
Triple D Podcast.
No, man, fuck that.
Brought to you by niggas who don't have no soap in their bathroom.
That's my shit. Yeah. I keep soap in my pocket.
Hands come out feel like ammonia, nigga.
Oh shit, nigga. God.
Y'all ain't shit, man. Y'all ain't about shit, man.
My favorite was when nigga Roger said Triple D podcast brought to you niggas about niggas who do A then B.
Nigga just reverse fucking.
God damn it.
Putting shit in the pussy.
Oh, dirty dick diddling ass.
Dirty dick diddling. Don't even get up and watch
dick
your
is
dick.
clean every time.
Put it in.
Ladies who listen to our podcast, my dick is always clean. I have manscaped.
You have manscaped?
Yes, I've manscaped. Every day.
So you shave your balls?
Stop.
Nigga? Why you being fancy?
Stop.
Why you being fancy? Talking about shaving your balls, nigga.
No, stop.
We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that.
James like, no.
Your free factor just went up.
That
like
nigga probably shaved his balls.
That's right. Your free
dirty about my head.
Exponential.
He probably shaved his balls with his face razor, nigga.
Hey, y'all.
That's that Triple D, nigga.
All right.
Nigga probably shave his taint.
Put it this way. You mess with Anthony, you better make sure you got all your shots first.
Shots.
Fuck, I got all my shots, motherfucker.
Sure you do.
Hey, baby, is this the nut rag or the face rag?
He said he got all his shots. He been giving them back shots.
Right. While you watching Joe Osteen, Kanye.
Man, Antonio. Oh shit. Or Kanye West. God damn.
Let's go.
Dirty dick diddling ass.
We've been doing so good. Let's keep going.
So that was episode 22, folks. I highly suggest you go back and check that out. There's a bunch of comedy towards the end of that episode. Then we got episode 21. This is Bag of Skillets. So we pick on the sensationalist left-wing media star, a former Lane Bryant model who is traded in his double D's for skinny jeans.
He said, nigga, hold on. You call this nigga Lane Bryant? God damn, nigga.
Though he has maintained his luxurious conch.
You know your daddy's conch. J.D. Walker, nigga.
Right. His resume includes Reverend and Civil Rights Leader, but evidently not spelling bee champ.
No.
A man who is obviously
FBI snitch too, right?
Uh-oh. New information.
Oh,
that's not new.
He's a paid informant?
He was a snitch back in the 80s, yeah.
Oh, shit.
Right. That's documented.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a snitch on the mob back in the 80s and shit, yeah. So anyway.
Good for him.
All right. So anyway, he is a man who has obviously ever been on the Paseo in Kansas City, Missouri.
Oh, nigga, the Paseo, nigga.
With a bag of Skittles, nor iced tea. His name is Al Sharpton. So go ahead and play the clip, please.
Kansas City, Missouri, where voters overwhelmingly approved removing Martin Luther King's name from one of the city's most historic boulevards. Nearly 70% of residents voting for the removal and just more than 30% to keep the name. The move has been highly divisive. Supporters of retaining the name have called the opposition racist, while those backing the Paseo name say the city.
Hold on.
This nigga doubled
He said
down.
peso first.
This nigga doubled down. Hold on.
Peso first.
I keep playing. Yeah, I'm with that. Hold on.
Stop. What's up, stop asking from the horror or something?
I was
So, but nigga, you got Cleaver on the phone. You couldn't ask Cleaver. Cleaver got a church on facade, bro. You couldn't ask Cleaver how you pronounce this word.
Hold on. Hey,
the whole story about this word.
Hey,
MLK.
Hey, Sharpton got a history because that nigga called Skittles skillets doing the whole Trayvon Martin thing.
Do we have that?
He got a history of fucking up.
That bag must have been heavy. He had a bag full of skillets.
You got a Oh shit! This nigga James.
That nigga had a bag full of skillets.
This day, that shit is so fucking.
Nigga said nigga double down, dog.
Get that fucking free right now.
I wasn't ready.
I feel like Eric Gardner right now.
I
can't breathe.
Whoa, nigga, relax. Nigga, relax. This nigga said I feel like Eric Gardner, nigga. Let's go. Let's get out of here.
Nigga said he feel like Eric Gardner. Oh, you ain't shit.
I hope they find you in the trunk on the patio.
Needless to say, the 2018 winner was the Duck Boat episode. I do want to throw in a Nicaraguan dishonorable mention. We did a beautiful episode called the Magic Negro Award Show.
Yes.
And that shit is not available. What we gonna have to do, man? We gonna have to go ahead and republish some of these episodes, man. We went through all the movies and decided who were the most magical Negroes in a screenplay or in a documentary or all the
episode is by itself.
That was a whole episode.
Yeah, it was a whole episode. We did it right before the Oscars.
Yeah, that's right.
I just remember it being a whole. I didn't know it was a Magic Negro episode.
It was.
No. We talked about it in a previous episode, and we like, this shit, we should do this, and then we decided to go ahead and put pen to paper.
Yep.
And we did a whole episode talking about magical Negroes. Nigga, we was off the chain for that shit.
Yep. Love it.
So we're gonna have to republish that shit as a Nicaraguan classic.
Indeed.
But
there's a show that came out on Netflix called The Astronomy Club. It's like a sketch comedy show.
Oh, I saw that shit. Yeah, I saw that
watch
shit.
That shit,
man. Good.
It's all right.
It's good. It's good.
It's good, man. It's like it's right up. It's right. It's all the shit that we talk about all the time.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
That's what it is. So I think we've laid the groundwork. Unless anybody got anything else to say about these.
Nah, just niggas be tripping sometimes.
Anybody want to lobby for one another?
I think go ahead, Bosco.
Go ahead, lady.
Okay, I think for me, these were all great. I think that Al Sharpton's just illiteracy and dyslexia and like all the things kicking in and non-ability to ask a motherfucking question for clarification. It was really great for Bag of Skillets. The Triple D podcast, I think, was great because Anthony, when he gets drinking, is just hilarious all the time, and the comedy just ensues. And the fact that after repeated listenings of that episode, I still did not hear any water run, so I don't know about what it's like down there in Austin. Maybe there's special water.
I hate all y'all.
It's okay. We love you, Triple D.
I live out here reading this nigga, dog.
However, I think that when I listened to episode 8 about diving little girl, first of all, she's a little girl, and the way the conversation just veered was just like, what
a lot of that was happening because it got real dark.
It was just like, this is Yes, and there's even more. So, like, the clip does not even show all the things that happened in it. It went all over, and it was a lot. So,
man,
I think that's probably the most y'all ain't shit episode of ever time with any podcast people have done, because I was like, how does it go from this little girl, this innocent little girl, to just be able to compete and win her shit like she's been doing, to all these other side combos that y'all were having? And
because I saw the shit happen. I saw the shit beforehand. I was calling around the world. Can some woman come and get on the episode and chaperone us? I saw this shit going bad from the jump.
Somebody.
Shoot. So that's my vote.
Y'all mentioned, hold on. Y'all mentioned the little girl, man. I knew I was like, oh shit, this is gonna be a bad episode, y'all.
That's up there with the duck boat episode. I don't know if it topped duck boat, but that shit was bad.
It was a long segment. It was a long segment of y'all being just non-shit motherfuckers. It was good.
I love you too, babe.
All right, 10 meters. What you got, sir?
Hey, man,
This nigga had a stroke?
Man.
This nigga said,
I fucking breathe, dog. This shit's too damn funny. But yeah, I definitely got the Let's Dive In episode, man. That shit was funny as hell. And the reason why I got the Let's Dive In, man, because I mean, we started off, we was doing good, and then we took a detour, and once that detour happened, that was it. We couldn't recover. There was no recovering after that shit. Definitely, yes.
I'm gonna have to go.
Let's Dive In episode.
I'm gonna have to go bag of skillets because niggas was not ready. No one was ready. And you can hear it. You can hear it.
Like that,
Like everyone was screaming at some point in time when that nigga said pesos, Pasio. Niggas was done.
Hey. We stopped the fucking tape on the show.
Yes.
And then here in the award show, we stopped the tape again because we still can't believe it.
I can't believe that nigga said. I didn't realize the first time I heard it because I think I was already screaming when I heard him say pesos. I didn't realize it was a double down, nigga.
I'm just mad how James took that shit real quick and said, nigga, that bag must have been heavy. It was full of skillets.
That too. He said that's a whole different thing. If that little boy had a bag of skillets.
I can see why Zimmerman killed his ass. Carrying that heavy ass bag.
And once again, that's why I'm voting for that one, because we took basically a story of that, and then somehow it got transformed. Well, I brought up the bag of skillets, and that got transformed into Trayvon Martin maybe had deserved to get murdered because he had a bag of skillets, nigga.
But he had a bag of skillets in the IT.
In the IT, nigga. I was like, oh.
And information technology, nigga. I don't know what the fuck you doing, man.
So we didn't say it, but before we vote on it, yeah, if you go to episode 21, the show notes, there's some additional stuff in there for you with Al Sharpton fucking up.
Oh yeah. That's just a cut.
Yes.
We went ahead and included on that episode the actual footage of this nigga with the Skittles and iced tea.
This nigga losing to teleprompters daily.
Teleprompters and correct spelling.
That's what happens when you got a 6th grade education.
Damn.
Right. But he a reverend. We supposed to believe this nigga know the Bible.
He knows it's a book. That's about it.
This nigga can't read. How the fuck he know the Bible, bro?
Adam and Eve.
I think. Oh man. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, man, he losing crucial nutrients. Yeah. James, what you got?
Okay.
What you got, sir?
All right. In terms of the I gotta go with like the category is the you ain't shit. So I have to go with Let's Dive In. But in terms of pure comedy, it's Bag of Skillet. But for the sake of the category, I gotta say Let's Dive In.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you on the Triple D podcast, I'm telling you, I was fucking choking, nigga. I was literally short of breath. I could not breathe. I was choking in the middle of the Triple D podcast, nigga. So I mean, it was a lot of comedy on both of them shits, but
motherfucker, y'all ain't shit. Y'all ain't shit.
So I missed that. Which one you go with, James? What was the official vote?
Officially, I gotta go with Let's Dive In.
Yeah.
Let's dive in.
Same thing here. I was the same way. Let's dive in, man.
I think that's
three. Hey, man. Go ahead.
I think that's three.
That's three. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and cast my vote here. Oh man, they all were. I'm telling you, those three are my favorite episodes. Those three. Yeah. Cause the shit. Hey man, we tried to talk about the current issues of the day and do that in a responsible manner.
Yes, we
At
tried.
some point, I don't know. We ain't shit. The shit just go left. And look. In any one of these three episodes, at least 9 niggas didn't die on a boat.
That is true.
That's all I want you to know. At least at the end of the day, at least 9 niggas didn't die on a boat. And then when the old nigga talking about blah, 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 blah.
I still say it's James' fault. Still to this day.
Y'all shouldn't do that. Blah, 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 blah.
To this day.
To this day. That's gonna be the King of Marriages, bro.
That is the best motherfucking episode ever. The Duck Boat episode.
I will say that I think that one of the things that all y'all on this podcast do really well and do really great is be able to talk about things that are very, sometimes solemn, sometimes very serious, sometimes very political, but bring like humor to it and then make it lighter and then go back to talking about how serious it is. But then just the comedy in it is just it's very good. I love it. So keep doing what you do. Keep being ain't shit motherfuckers. And it'll be great.
The shot's still fire. But hold on, you were part of this. So
thank you.
I know.
Yeah, I'm about to say. No, hey, nigga, don't be trying to separate yourself from it.
I know.
Well, we needed it on that Chaperones episode for real. Oh God.
We need a lifeguard, but we just diving in.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Most definitely. So I'm gonna have to go with Let's Dive In because I saw that that's like a deer run out in the middle of the fucking street and you see that bitch coming, but you driving 70 and you can't stop. You hit that fucking black ice, nigga. And you just gonna run that bitch clean through, nigga.
I gotta
fuck that damn deer. I gotta survive. Fuck
goddamn nigger ice killing people.
So I'm going Let's Dive In. That's 4 for Let's Dive In. I think
nigga ice.
Nigger ice. You said black ice. Nigger ice. Killing people.
Nigga sipping on that nigger ice.
That nigger ice.
Yeah, nigger ice.
Here we go. Chaperones. Otta?
She's on it. She's on the.
See on it.
I already started calling it nigger ice. I call it Negro ice.
She called it Negro
ice. POC ice. People of
color ice.
I start sliding in like you hear spirituals coming up.
Like, oh shit. Oh.
Why your property value going down?
Sure.
Goddamn nigga ice out there on the roads. Anyway. So you said let's dive in for the win.
I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. I mean, just as a commentary, man, we ain't shit.
I thought you was about to admit to killing Jeffrey, nigga. I'm gonna tell y'all something. I killed that nigga Jeff.
Remember how that nigga was pleading the fifth? And then just stopped pleading the fifth, nigga, and started admitting the shit he was planning on doing.
Hey, dog, he don't even say nothing now. He just get quiet.
And then he just disappeared.
Yeah. All right, man. But hey, it's another beautiful show. I guess our first show. So I say a great first end of the year show. We didn't do our normal walk around the horn check in kind of thing here, but real quick as we go into 2020, let's go around the horn and just very quickly. Don't need a long list of things of accomplishments that you're grateful for and things that you hope to continue in the next year. Keep it brief, please. Lady Lavender, start with you.
All right.
What are you saying?
As far as
explain again.
Closing out the year, things that you're grateful for and things you wish to continue going into 2020. We'll come back.
I'm grateful. Yeah, come back to me.
Okay. You other Negroes.
Okay, I'll jump into it. First of all, I am blessed and grateful that I know 3 additional people, that has come into my life and be able to share, different viewpoints with them and have fun doing it. So I am very, very grateful to this podcast, and I'm also grateful to meet 3 or 4 individuals that has come in and just bring me joy every time I break bread with them. So hats off to the BBB podcast.
Ah. Brothers of Doom, you good fellows.
So while we on the subject of things we need to do more of in 2020, we ended the year on a good note. The good Lady Lavender and Sir Casey Stewart hosted me this week, and we gathered to break bread once again, and we had a wonderful time. And that's something that this show's it show's about. I had somebody listen to some of the clips we had today, and they say this is reminiscent of a barbershop. And so I think that's a beautiful beautiful time. Yeah, pretty much beautiful time when black people get together and we just kind of talk about the issues of the day, and it's a safe space. And we talk about things, and they may not be PC, but it's okay. We here to kind of cut the tension and maybe laugh about some certain things. And sometimes we get mad. Sometimes we get in depth. But sometimes it's just about trying to cut the tension and have a good laugh on some things that are really upsetting. So I appreciate that. We need to continue to gather. Online like we do via Skype, but also to continue to gather in person. So, my house is open.
Agreed.
We gonna have to come together over here, or we can do it over at the Weebay household, or we can do it over at I don't know. If James got permission to invite folks over to his house. I don't know about
that. Check, man. Probably not.
And we gonna have to see about the road trip to Austin. I don't know. He might bounce to the next city by the time we ready to do it. So,
yes, sir.
But that's something
I'll let y'all.
Most definitely. So we gonna have to continue to break bread in 2020.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah. 2019 is a lot going on. Good year. Got married. The marriage is good. That's gonna continue. Changed my life for the better, for sure. Just changed my career path that hasn't totally bore all the fruit that it will, but it's almost there. It's very close. I had some things that weren't so great. My mom, she's basically going to a nursing home. But, the positive is that she's going to be taken care of, and I don't have to worry about, she's, just being properly cared for on a daily basis as I have been over the last few months. And got the podcast and, listening to that and participating when I can. And, it's a good way for friends to stay in touch and stay connected. So that's a positive. And, people listen to it and give feedback, and that's cool too. So I'm grateful for it all. And, a lot of things that were up in the air maybe in 2018 kind of came into fruition and stabilized, just overall. My life, people around me. So I'm just looking forward to things getting even better for 2020. That's it.
All right.
Thank you, brother. Lady Lavender.
I'm happy to have met all of you guys in person at a break or barbecue or Black Card Revolt, whatever it is, virtually and in person with you all. That's been great. Of course, everything with Casey Stork is wonderful, and looking forward to next year and even greater things with all my people.
Lovely. That's it? Okay. Here, as far as the show goes, man, I always thank you guys in the post game, but let me thank you guys on air for your time that you're giving. When this started, when it was a different name show, I didn't think it'd be here, but each person that I've asked to be here, that's on here, is for a reason, because you guys are great people. You've always been good to me. You've also not just been good to me, you've challenged me, you made me question myself, and you pushed me to be better. I mean, I love y'all. Y'all my brothers, the lady in my life that I love, so I appreciate that. I wish nothing but good things for you guys, for this show. This year, definitely ending much better than I ever could imagine. 2020 is looking good for not only Triple B, but for the Wheat Bay household. And I hope all my friends and family are just doing well. So, we don't say enough, but I thank you, brothers, and Lady Lavender every day for the time that you give into something that started off as just me wanting to get on the microphone and talk about issues in therapy. So I really appreciate the effort and the energy and the time that you guys put into it, especially the end of the year show. Thank you, Joe, for the notes. Thank you for pulling the audio. And also thank 10 Meters, Big James, Lady Lavender for taking time out of a weekday to get on and close it out the right way. I appreciate you guys. All right. Sorry I put you on the spot like that, but, it's the end of the year, so we got to be cliche sometimes. Cool. So with that said, I think we have discussed and we have brought all the categories to bear, and all the appropriate awards and accoutrements have been awarded. The dicks have been given out the way they need to be handed out.
Points have been made.
It's not a year that points have been made. I'll be saying that shit at work now. I ain't gonna lie. Points have been made. I leave the room. But no, man. Y'all have a shit. Enjoy these last days of 2019. 2020 is coming, new decade. Big things happening for everybody.
All right,
Triple B. Yes, sir. Triple B Podcast. Brothers breaking bread. Never, ever, ever miss a minute to break bread with your brothers and sisters. We out. See y'all in 2020.
Peace. 2020.
Peace.
Break bread with your brothers whenever possible.